Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're locking in on the Delhi Capitals, looking at their pretty electrifying run in the 2025 IPL so far.
Yeah, it's been quite the season for them already.
Absolutely. And you shared a really insightful piece that kind of dissects their season, especially focusing on that dramatic recent win they had.
That's the one. Lots to unpack there.
So our mission here is to really dig into what makes the Delhi Capitals such a, well, hot topic right now. Who are the key players making things happen?
And what does that nail-biting super over win actually tell us about their prospects? Are they the real deal?
Exactly. Why are people suddenly talking about them as this genuine rising force in the IPL? That's what we want to get to the bottom of.
Right. Let's look beyond just the headlines, get into the analysis, and see if this form is sustainable or, just a good run. Are we seeing a true title contender emerge here?
Okay, let's get into it then. This piece you sent over gives some good background, reminds us they weren't always the Capitals, used to be the Delhi Daredevils.
Yeah, that name change feels like part of a bigger shift, doesn't it?
It seems like it. The analysis suggests this deliberate strategic build over the years, all aiming for that one thing, right? The IPL trophy.
That history is actually pretty telling. It's not just a rebrand. It hints at a long-term plan, coaching changes, player buys, maybe even a whole new team philosophy playing out.
And that brings us to now. The analysis calls them one of the most exciting teams, and honestly, when you watch them play,
You can see it, can't you? There's a real energy and intent there that's, well, it's captivating for the fans.
spot on. And a huge part of that excitement, as the piece really emphasizes, comes down to a few key players who are just delivering massively right now.
We're talking Pant, Iyer, Rabada, names we know, but they're stepping up this season.
The article really highlights their continued crucial contributions in 2025. It's not just past performance.
And what's interesting, I think, isn't just their individual talent, which is obvious, but how their skills seem to mesh so well together.
How so?
Well, take Pant. Described as having that dynamic batting style. It's not just hitting hard, is it? It's when he hits, how he targets bowlers, puts pressure on. It messes with the opposition's plans.
Yeah, he's hard to contain when he gets going. Makes him such an exciting figure to watch.
Totally. And then you slot in Shreyas Iyer. He brings that much-needed consistency in the middle order.
Which is gold dust in T20, right? That reliability when things get shaky or you need to build a platform.
Invaluable. And then you've got Rabada leading the bowling attack, blistering pace and precision, the piece says. He can just rip through a batting lineup.
Change the whole game in like 6 balls.
Exactly. So looking at those three, what really stands out for you about their impact together this season?
For me, it's that phrase in the article.
Mm-hmm.
They continue to shine. It's not history, it's now. They're in top form, which you absolutely need if you're aiming for the title.
Couldn't agree more.
But the real drama, the moment everyone's talking about, the thing that probably cemented this whole rising force idea, that super over against the Rajasthan Royals.
Ah, yes. The nail-biting clash. Reading about it, you could almost feel the tension. Royals needing just 9 runs off the last over. Wow.
Proper pressure cooker situation, the kind that can make or break a team's momentum.
Definitely. And this is where Mitchell Starc just produced something special.
The piece details it really well, those well-executed Yorkers. It wasn't just accuracy, it was the timing. Delivering them right when the batsman wanted to smash it.
Just shut them down, forced errors, restricted the runs. Brilliant execution to force the tie.
It really was a masterclass in holding your nerve. And then, the super over itself.
He went up another level, only gave away 11 runs and took both wickets,
Right.
just snatched the win for Delhi.
That's match-winning brilliance, pure and simple. And the impact of that single win, massive.
Oh, huge. As the article points out, it shot them straight to the top of the IPL standings. That sends a message.
It absolutely does. More than just 2 points, isn't it?
Way more. It builds incredible momentum, fosters that belief within the squad, and yeah, puts every other team on notice. Starc getting player of the match was completely deserved, obviously.
And it wasn't just the analysts impressed. You saw the captain, Axar Patel, calling Starc a legend, praising his tactical brilliance and composure.
Yeah, that kind of public praise from the skipper that resonates through the whole team, boosts morale, confidence, everything.
It really does. So it makes you wonder, what does this specific kind of win, winning under that extreme pressure, what does it really signify for Delhi moving forward?
Well, the analysis is pretty clear on that. It reinforces their status as serious contenders. It's not just winning, it's how they won.
Showing that resilience and strategic depth, that's the stuff champions are made of, isn't it?
It really is. Performing under that kind of intense pressure consistently, that's vital in the IPL. So many games go down to the wire. It shows mental toughness, tactical smarts.
And the piece then breaks down their overall strengths. We've talked about the batting pan, Iyer anchoring it, but it also highlights that deadly bowling attack.
Led by Rabada, and now you absolutely have to underline Starc's contribution after that performance.
Yeah, definitely. But it also mentions something important, a balanced approach, contributions from everywhere.
That's key, isn't it? Batting, bowling, fielding. You can't just rely on one or two stars in T20. It needs to be a team effort.
So looking ahead then, based on this analysis, what's the vibe? The piece seems pretty bullish on their chances.
It does. Poised for continued success is the phrase used. It argues they've got all the ingredients you need. Strong squad, good coaching staff, passionate fans.
That's a potent mix for sustaining a challenge through a long tournament.
Exactly. And it points to that blend of experience and youthful exuberance, too.
That's often a winning formula, right?
Yeah.
The cool heads and the fearless energy.
It can be incredibly effective, adaptable. And that super over win, as the piece rightly notes, it just adds to this growing reputation they have as one of the most complete teams out there.
They're building a serious case.
Seems like it.
So wrapping up the assessment from the analysis, how does it rate their campaign overall so far? Sounds pretty positive.
Very positive. It suggests 2025 is shaping up to be potentially one of their most successful yet, which is saying something given their IPL journey.
I praise.
And with Starc delivering like that, adding to the talent already there, the conclusion is they're primed to make a serious push for the first title. They're definitely one of the teams to watch.
Okay, so let's wrap up this deep dive. What we've pulled from this analysis is, well, a picture of a Delhi Capitals team that's really building something impressive in IPL 2025.
Yeah, key players like Pant, Iyer, Rabada are firing, and then you have that incredible super over from Mitchell Starc adding that extra spark.
They've clearly marked themselves out as a team to be reckoned with this season, a formidable force.
And it really gets you thinking, doesn't it, about what this momentum, this blend of talent and proven nerve under pressure, what it could mean for their chances of finally winning that trophy they've been chasing.
Makes you wonder.
And it's also just a great reminder of how crucial those moments of individual brilliance can be, especially when the pressure is absolutely immense. How one player's actions can really shape a team's whole season, something to keep an eye on.